let's bring our first guest of the evening, who's now our third guest of the evening, Mr. Elvin, El Bandito Brito, back on the scene. Here we go.
What's up? I
Yo.
can't just have like a normal appearance, you know. It's
Yep.
over here in the jungle. I coming in pretty clear right now, though.
No, you do. You look great.
Yeah, all right. Let's talk about fighting. Let's talk
about
fighting.
this. Let's talk about this. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about. I want to talk to you about this. You've been training a lot with another big name in bare knuckle, the Lorenzo Hunt. You were helping him with his camp for Hector Lombard. Is Lorenzo back down in Puerto Rico helping you out for this one, or is he gonna be?
He was here for the Julio camp too. He was here for
a
week. Yeah, he was here for a week, and he plans on coming sometime after this month. Hopefully, he can come in time because we want him to come in time and use him for sparring. You know, we like having him come in, and you know, nobody spars like Lorenzo, so it's great sparring against him. You know, keeping a guy, if you can keep a guy like that at bay, you can keep anybody at bay. You know, and I've been pushing myself to just sharpen up my style. I'm not trying to be static and feel like, oh yeah, I got this. You know, I'm good. You know, I'll keep trying to just tweak my style and keep getting better and better. And I've been tightening the circle more, turning up the punch count, changing, you know, more, working the angles more, working sequences, and you know, just being really tactful with which you have to be in bare knuckle. You know, if you're really trying to be.
Have the two of you guys known each other for a long time, or did you guys like when you were sparring in the Apollo Creed ring up in Belfast? Did you guys develop some sort of friendship right there, and it led into like hooking each other up?
When we sparred out there, that was like, yeah, we got to train together, you know, and that's when.
Okay.
Afterwards. But I the first time I met Lorenzo, we both lost that night. I lost the Palomino decision. He got caught by the Cuban assassin that the same night, you know. But we had been talking when we met each other, you know. That night, you know, we were talked and we talked about training that night, you know, and after we did in Belfast with Tom, we had an awesome freaking sparring session in the ring. You know, it was pretty epic. And after that, we were like, hey man, we should train together, and we have been, and it's been good for us, you know, and especially, I mean, it helps me a lot, and it's just the fact that he was here with me for his training camp, and I was leading his training camp for his last training camp. Like we never really stopped training. Like, you know, it's what we do. You know,
it seems like you two, like you never stop training. Like
it's what we do. Like people fight and they go back to their normal life. You know, this is our normal life.
You guys are living that shit. I feel like every single day. And with Lorenzo, I see videos popping up all the time. Every day I wake up and there's a live video of him working out. Like I feel like I go online and you guys are always working constantly, always in that. And I'm always thinking to myself, like, yo, it looks so hot in that gym.
It's hot as shit. Lorenzo's gym was hot as hell.
That gym now is so fucking hot.
Is the jungle camp like complete now? You got everything you need down there? I know you guys were building it over the last couple of years.
We're you know, right now, like, you know, the economy's been bad, you know, and we've just even our business has taken everything's inflate. It's been like hyperinflation. So, you know, I have obviously I don't make most of my money from fighting because fighting it's hard to make like a living wage out of it. You know, once we get that belt, it'll be easier to make a living wage out of it and do something. But obviously, you have to have, you know, skills, and you have to have, you gotta have something to be able to sell. So, you know, but any kind of business right now, inflation is so high that, you know, it goes up on everything, and money's just worth less, and there's more.
Shit's
money
getting wild.
It is,
chasing less stuff, and it's the way they're doing it. It's just like massive hyperinflation. It's really hard. It's like, I don't know how this like economy could even, especially for. It's not the same thing for like big businesses like Walmart, but for the middle guys like me, and they've been doing great for
the mom and pop shops, basically.
Yeah, we've been doing great for years, and you know, this stuff has just been horrible but we're still working right now. I have to finish my house first. I can't build the house and the gym. I have my house done. I have the foundation done. I'm doing the floor now. The basement's already completely done. I have so we're building my house. My house will probably be built by the summer, and then after that, it's the jungle camp. And we're already after this fight, we're gonna take some of the funds and we're gonna erect the roof because it's gonna be open style, like in Thailand. Yeah. It's like gonna be like in Thailand, where it's like open style. So we're gonna erect the roof,
nice.
And then we're gonna do the floor because we have somebody that's gonna give us a deal. He's gonna give us the material to do it. We'll be able to do a down payment. So we're gonna get the roof done. We're gonna work on our houses, and then when the occasion comes and the opportunity presents itself, we're gonna finish it. But we're still out here training. We still got the jungle gym. We still have our local training place here. We still have a Royal Boxing Gym that always helps us out. We got our people in combat. We got friends all over that we train with, and the terrain and the environment and the coaching is, we get plenty of work.
Now, while you were talking about the shitty economy and the inflation and all that, I laughed out loud. I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at a comment. Here we go. Big Ben says, "Are you going to run up to the top of the mountain and scream for Kaleb?"
I like Lorenzo. Lorenzo already did it. He fucked me up, man.
Kaleb.
That was awesome, dude. I was like, I saw this in a movie once. I was like, it did not end well.
Yeah. Oh man. It must have felt pretty good for you being in his corner for that fight to watch him dominate that whole thing. Now, I'm pretty sure he won all 5 rounds of that fight. If I was going to give any round to Hector, which I'm reluctant to, would be the 4th round. He had a pretty decent 4th round, but Lorenzo clearly knocked him down in the 1st round. I don't understand. I don't understand how he didn't get the knockdown in there. It should have been a 10-8.
Well, honestly, the ref didn't see it. He came back afterwards and he apologized. Like, dude, I didn't see it. He got knocked down. It was, shit happens fast in the ring,
Yeah. Because it was pretty clear. It was a clear knockdown on the replay, obviously.
And what's crazy is like he turned, boom, boom, and he went down.
Yep.
And it was obvious that he went down from the punch.
Oh yeah,
when he went down. But it is what it is. I know we were talking about Kaleb's fight and my fights, our last fights too. Last time before,
fighting boxers.
He fought highly experienced boxer. A lot of experience, and I fought Julio, was also experienced. He was OMB champion, he was IBF champion, he was a world champion. He was a really tough guy. For me, as far as the bare knuckle fighters that I fought, he was probably the best boxer, and he still had that world-class conditioning. Like, he took care of himself.
That was a hell of a fight between the two of you. He actually, because a lot of the, I don't know. No, I was going to say a lot of the boxers that come over, like, they don't, Chop didn't know what was coming.
Yeah, but you can see from looking at Chop, like, when you look at this guy, you're like, this guy's a fighter, Yeah. And when I already seen him. We got in the bus together I gauge people before I even go in there. But when I seen him, I'm like, oh yeah, this guy's a fighter, and it takes a certain breed of fighter to be in this. And I always tell people, I've told you guys before, age is not like a huge defining thing unless you're just too old or you're starting too late. But if a guy like him who's already he was already a world champion. I think he was like 26-2. And he already had that high level of conditioning. He could do easy. It's a fight, he could easily do a fight. I think he was an excellent boxer. It was a great fight. I did exactly what I wanted to do. It's exactly the way I wanted a nice rough fight like that. I'm a bare knuckle fighter, so I'm willing to do anything. And I said earlier, Kaleb did great too with Derek with Finley.
Was that on the same night? Did you guys fight on the same
night? He fought right before I did.
Yeah,
I was in the back. I was in the back like this, looking through the fence. And I was like, man, he's fucking him up. I was like,
he was having his way with Derek Finley.
Oh man, and my coach is like, because Finley was supposed to fight with me, and then he wanted more money.
Finley was supposed to fight you.
He was supposed to fight me first, and then my coach is like, he's lucky, man. You would have killed him. I'm like, you would have just ate him up. And I was like, because that guy just stood right there, like, and he did really good with Derek Finley, and he has improved a lot. But I'm not Derek Finley, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about Bandido. I'm ready to be the champion. I already beat Kaleb once. He has to beat me. I'm coming to
His
all the
town.
way over there, Mississippi, which I had did my first fight in Mississippi. I got fans in Mississippi. I know it's his hometown, but it's you could say it's enemy territory and it's his home ground. He's gonna have to me it's perfect. It's a guy. He's coming back from his last loss was against me. He's coming back up the ranks. He's coming back with a vengeance. He's back at home. He's in his hometown, and I'm El Bandido. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna go all the way over there. And I'm gonna take my shit, and I'm grabbing my belt, and I'm taking it home. You know, I'm gonna beat him again. I'm gonna beat him because Kaleb is good, but he's under the wrong impression that our last fight was a close fight because it wasn't a close fight. He let one judge, a blind judge, confuse him and made him think that it was a close fight when it wasn't. And
there's always that one.
He thinks that this is going to be a close fight. If this is going to be like the last fight, it's not going to be like the last fight. He's not the same guy that he was last time, but neither am I. I'm gonna be a different version of myself that he's never seen before. I've been doing a lot of things. He's, he ain't got no sparring partners that can spar like me.
Let me ask you this, Elvin. This wasn't originally supposed to be you and him. It was supposed to be him and Julian Lane, and they were going to be putting on a 165.
Thanks to Julian Lane, it's freaking awesome.
Yeah. Can you explain to me this?
He said he'd take you out to dinner.
Yeah, Julian gave you an early Christmas present. That's nice. Can you explain to me this? Why was the BKFC going in the direction of a tournament with Kaleb and Julian Lane, who is coming off a loss, and why were they going in that direction? How come you weren't in there? Why wasn't it just a you and Kaleb fight to begin with? And
it could have been me and Kaleb, right? I think I think the biggest fight would have been me against Joe, because I think people will. It's a dichotomy of styles. And people know us, and I think people would that could easily be a main event. Just me and Kaleb rematch is a main event because Kaleb, he's a fighter. His main opponent is, his main strength is his heart. He's got so much heart. His fight with Jim Allers. Jim hit him with everything. He fucking hit him with. He took the bathroom stick, smashed on his head, and Kaleb won the fourth round on all the judges' cards. I seen him win the fourth round. He's so tough, and if you can't let up on a guy like that, but it's not going to stop me from my trajectory.
So the other side, you think the other side of the tournament would have been you and Elmore, and then Lane and Kaleb.
Yeah, that was going to be my second. That was going to be my second part of my question. Yeah. Was who were they talking about matching you up with in that tournament?
They were going to put me against the other side. They were going to put me against Tierney, but Tierney's fighting that night. He's just not fighting.
Really?
Yeah, Tierney's fighting.
He was going to be the fourth guy?
It's good. He needs to fight somebody else because he's not ready. Those British guys, they come over here thinking it's the same thing. It's not the same freaking party, bro. It's a different kind of party out here, bro.
What a weird tournament.
Yeah. So you're telling me
kind of a pointless tournament.
That makes zero sense. So they would take two clear-cut number one and number two guys, you and Kaleb, put him against Julian Lane coming off a loss, and you against Connor Tierney, who has no fights in the BKFC coming from BKB, and making it a tournament. That was the idea. That didn't.
Yeah, I guess they're trying to flesh it out or something. But it makes more sense to have a champion because now we're gonna have a champion. Now we're gonna have somebody to go after me. Come after me. Come after me. Have all these guys when they're ready to come after me. They can come after me. Then when I'm sure. Come on.
I'm sure every single person who is a fan of BKFC or bare knuckle in general thinks that this fight should have been the fight in the beginning. There should be no fight. It's the same thing
from the jump, man.
They're making the same mistake they're making. And luckily, this kind of just fixed itself. They're making the same mistake with the women's division right now. Constantly saying we're going to have a friggin' tournament. We already know who should fight for the belt and who should fight after that. So what's the point of the tournament and talking about it over and over again? Just Just cut to the chase, right?
Yeah, Misfit
Faria versus Britain. That's it.
Britain
And then
versus Misfit. Make the fucking fight and fuck a tournament, just like they should have made you and Kaleb from the jump.
Exactly, and you know, it was like I said, it was Providence, and I'm thankful, and you know, it's congratulations to Kaleb too, because we earned this shit. Like, and nobody's given this. Like, we should have had this already in the first place. So, we're ready to get this championship fight out of the way, and then you know, move on to the next. You know, it's a brand new year, so there's a lot of fights still yet to be done. You know,
are there any more fights officially announced for that card? I know that like they talked about Quentin Henry being on there. They talked about Connor Turney being on there. There's a few other ones that I know about, but I'm not sure if I'm supposed to talk about.
No.
Bobo said he was going to be on there.
Yes, he did.
Have they announced any of these yet, or is it just you and Kaleb carrying the whole show?
They said there's names of guys that are fighting, but there's no matchups that I know of.
Did you see?
I heard of, but it's just probably a rumor. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm just like hearing rumors. I heard that Joe Elmore might be fighting that all of a sudden on the card.
Who? Connor Turney?
Possibly. I don't know. That would
another
be awesome.
one.
You know, that's a good co-main event right there. You know,
I saw one on Alan Belcher posted a picture of him and Quentin Henry and said, make enough noise and let the bosses know that I want to fight him on January 29th in Mississippi. Alan Belcher versus Quentin Henry would be another fucking banger on that card.
Yeah, but it's just weird, like, you know, just the way it's said. Like, is he have some sort of problems coming with a deal with BKFC? You know, like, because he's like, hey, let the boss know, like, what's, you know, because it's Alan Belcher, and you know, he's a businessman, so I know he's asking for a lot of money, and he's got a lot of stuff going on. So it would just be interesting to see what he's gonna do. I think it was impressive his debut against this highly experienced dude. It'd be good to see him fight again against anybody worth fighting. The division's pretty full. Him against Quentin Henry would be awesome, you know.
That'd be crazy.
Ryan Jones is fighting that night. We know that. David Diaz is fighting that night also.
Oh yeah, see, there's a whole bunch of like awesome BKFC namesakes.
But who are they fighting?
You just don't know who the hell they're fighting. Are they fighting each other?
Bobo O'Bannon.
I mean, we'll fight each other. All these dudes, you know.
I know Bobo O'Bannon keeps saying he's fighting. He's like, oh, wait till you see the name I'm fighting. And then on the other hand, I keep seeing Mark Godbeer saying, I'm fighting soon. I'm just trying to get my shit straightened out. So I'm like, are they fighting each other?
I don't know. It's just a lot of people's rumors and you know.
What do you think?
Right now, all I know is what I'm focused on. I'm one fight at a time. I got Kaleb Harris in front of me. I got a hungry Kaleb Harris in front of me, coming back with a vengeance, and you know, so that's what I'm facing right now.
Wow,
what a Christmas present, huh?
Yeah, I can't wait. Well, Julian Lane did everybody a favor. We all know Julian. He is. If you look up the definition of a hothead, like loose cannon in the dictionary, that guy is right there, and his picture is right next to that.
And him against Kaleb would have been an interesting fight. You know, it would have been an interesting fight. And that fight, it was not a open and shut fight. You know, Kaleb could win that fight. You know, Kaleb's shown improvement. You know, he's shown improvement. He's shown a lot more improvement. But that would have been a good fight too. But just the fact that never fought at 165 anyway, so it just makes sense. It makes sense for him to fight Mike Perry anyway. So like,
what do you think of the new crop of 165? the new crop of 165ers that you got coming through your division now? So this is going to be awesome. You and Kaleb fight for the title. You get yourself a belt, and now you're sitting on top of that division, and you got guys like Ryan O'Reilly and Truck and Carson and Jordan Nash and Josh Sykes. There's like a whole new group of new names. Fresh meat. You gotta. That's got to get you excited. And on top of that, you still got Joe Elmore out there, and you got some other guys that have been around. But it's getting exciting. They're starting to build.
Even
Martin Brown could fight.
Martin Brown,
Martin Brown's and MMA. And this is different MMA boxing. It's like reality. This is so real, you know. And a lot of these guys, they really think they know they got a handle on things. So we're gonna see if they belong here or not, you know. There's a lot of guys, they think they have a good beat on what they're getting themselves into, so So they're in there. They're trying to get the hell out real quick.
Of the names I just named, the Rhino Riley and Chuck and Carson fight, Jordan Nash against Noah Cutter, Josh Sykes, I can't remember who he fought, Michael Stripling.
Yep.
Any of those fights, like which one were you the most impressed of, and which one of those guys could you see yourself maybe tussling with down the road?
All right. Say the fights. Say the names again.
So you had Rhino Riley and Truck and Carson. That fight was insane. The Jack Mr. T looking dude against the Aquaman looking guy.
Yes.
Then you got Jordan Sykes.
That was they like had the most extreme like first round ever, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That was cool.
They beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah,
you were probably dancing around fucking. Like
I was looking at. I was like, no, I was watching. I was like, damn, like they're just the shit out of each other. I was like, I mean, that's not what I would do, but
yeah,
I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. I mean, it's fun.
Looked like they threw like 400 punches between the two of them. I actually don't know what the count was, but it was nuts.
Yeah. It was wild. It was fun. That was like there was so many in fighting. That event was good. There was a lot of exciting fights on that event, but that was good.
Yeah.
Who else?
You had Jordan Nash fighting Noah Cutter, and Jordan Nash was looking very good in that fight against Noah Cutter. He was beating Noah Cutter, but then he got that really nasty cut over his eye, where his like eyelid flapped over.
Shit was silly.
But ignore the nasty cut. He showed some real promise out there. He was looking pretty good.
Close to 3-0.
Yep.
And then
I know all those guys. Yeah,
and the last one was Josh Sykes. Josh Sykes fought Michael Stripling, and I believe Stripling's a GOAT guy, right? Is he a GOAT agency?
Yes.
Are you still GOAT?
Yeah, we'll go.
Yeah, he's still GOAT.
Yes,
right?
he is.
I was Scott's first guy. We would go before there was a GOAT. Before I had my first GOAT.
None are ready. I see Scott. Yeah, Scott had said none are ready. Absolutely. We agree. We're
just talking about the future talent.
I was gonna say they're doing good. A lot of those guys show a lot of heart, but this is bare knuckle, bro. This levels to this shit. You know, like this. It's gonna be a big jump coming over here. I'll tell you right now. So you know, we'll see who's ready when they show up, but it's gonna take an elite level to compete at. You know, it's not gonna be just. We're not gonna be banging it out. We're not gonna, it's gonna be, it's gonna be a serious, methodical, piecing you the fuck up, piecing you up. Like it's not gonna be. I'm not gonna stand in front of you. I'm not gonna stand and bang, and I'm not gonna try to be cool. I don't got nothing to prove. I'll hurt you and go home. I'm just gonna hurt you, let you run into my punches, and I'm gonna go home. I'm not there to get hurt for you. I'm there to hurt people. I hurt other people and then go home.
There's absolutely levels to this shit, and we already talked about you and Lorenzo training together, but I heard are the Beltrans training with you too now, or
they're coming down, man. They're coming down. They're gonna finish New Year with me, and then I wanted Joey to. I want to take advantage of Joey, even though not take advantage of him, but having Joey here because he's a juggernaut, and having a guy like that to spar with, even if I only sparred with him once or twice. I
don't know if you want to call him
that. No pun intended.
The real juggernaut might show up and start smacking his belt.
No. I don't mean that. He's not the juggernaut. No, he's not the juggernaut. There's only one. There's only one juggernaut. There's only one Lorenzo Hunt. But he is a juggernaut. He's. I mean, in the word where he just keeps.
He just keeps coming forward.
He just keeps coming forward, and he fights with a lot of heart, and he's almost like a heavyweight version of Kaleb. Just and he's world class, and so it'll be good having him work, and it's just doing all this training. I'm hoping Lorenzo comes down here too. But doing all this training, all these guys know they came out here, they trained with me. It's fucking hard by yourself, and I do it myself. I get up every morning by myself when I'm here, and it's been a while. It's been like 2 years, and there's always somebody here with me. But I'm doing the work because I'm already at this championship level of training and the conditioning, and I'm just going through the numbers through the training, trying not to hurt myself. I'm not trying to curve. I'm trying to just peak. And I've been you know, I've been training hard. You know, I've just been sitting back, you know, drinking, smoking, doing all types of age shit, just relaxing. No, but I've been, you know, drinking. I've been like training real hard and trying to peak, and be ready for the championship. I'm ready for a championship fight. You know, I could do 7 rounds if they really wanted me to.
Speaking about smoking, your shirt, you got the Malo
Oh, I
shirt
got the Malo, baby.
Is Malo going to be making an appearance in Puerto Rico again soon, or what?
He might, dude. You know, he said he was going to show up for this training camp. He might show up, and he's threatening to show up at the fight. So, you know, you're gonna see him over there.
He's always around the corner somewhere.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. No, he's everywhere, man. He's always working.
Let me ask you, honest opinion. Do we see Brandon fight again? Like, he's been talking about, he calls everybody and their mother, and he calls everybody out. He starts.
Yeah, I'm like, you gotta stop calling it. I'm like, man, you call everybody out. It's like, are you ever gonna fight? What the hell? You know, they're gonna let you fight or what?
He talks shit with everyone, and like, he usually wins these online battles, but then he picks a fight with somebody who could talk shit back, and like Tony Loco Soto has been fucking him up on that.
Yeah, Tony got the smack talk. Yeah, he know how to throw down too.
Yeah,
but I mean, that's his thing. You know, that's what he's doing. I would like to see him fight again. I don't know. Apparently he has some deals locked up for fighting next year. He's you know, he's saying next year he's gonna be fighting again in February.
I think his problem has been where he kind of went off onto this thing where he's like, I'm not going to fight just anybody. I need to fight a big name. People know who I am, And it's like, I get what he's saying and what he wants to do. But I think ultimately, if he did that, he is going to end up losing. If he fights a big name, unfortunately, we know, anything can happen. But let's be realistic. If he fights somebody that's a big name or something, he's going to end up losing. It's going to hurt his stock. He needs to fight somebody on his level.
I used to tell him, like, dude, I don't know what you're thinking. You should, you see some of these guys on there, you should fight some bum and beat him up, and then have people complaining that you beat some bum, and then it'll be more fucking scandalous.
Right.
You know?
Or just fight a couple bums, man.
Like,
Get a couple wins
you
on
beat that guy because he was a bum, you know, and then it's just set up a whole bunch of hype, you know?
Build it up, right.
Yeah, it can actually build it up with wins, you know, like, and Brandon Lambert, he is a deceivingly hard you know, punches, you know. He's a hard hitting dude. It's just he doesn't, like I said, he's deceivingly, just from the way he moves, you're like, this guy fucking can't do anything. He hit you, like, whoa, wait a minute. You know, you can't let you know, even it doesn't matter the skill levels. Some guys have no, I've sparred with heavyweights, you know, I'm like, hey, is he any good? And he's like, hey, he's not that good, but don't let him hit you. He's gonna fucking knock you. He's gonna rock the shit out of you. You know, so it's like some guys just have that power. Some guys don't have power like that. But you have to work it. You have to train. You have to work yourself up. There's levels to this. You can't just jump to the top level. You know.
Big Ben says Malo.
That's what he needs to do. He needs to fight Dave Morgan, beat the shit out of Dave Morgan, and then whatever, man.
There are plenty of fights for him out there.
Plenty, but like when Brandon goes online, when they announce that they signed Chad Mendes, and he says, "Let me welcome him to the BKFC." Brandon, relax, dude.
I'm like, relax. No, I'm scared. I'm like, no, please.
This is Chad Mendes. Chad Mendes tussled with fucking Jose Aldo twice. You know what I mean? Conor McGregor. Fucking the who's who of the UFC have gone rounds with this dude. I don't know if you should be, you know, welcoming him to the BKFC.
Yeah. I mean, is he fighting in Knuckle Mania?
Yes, they said he
supposedly yes. And this is what makes me worried.
I'll be in Knuckle Mania. Oh yeah, I'll be there.
We'll be there. We'll be there.
Yeah, we're hoping to get there. That's when we need to get to.
Oh yeah.
What me and Mike were talking about, and like what we're fearing is because I consider Martin Brown a friend of ours now, because like multiple events we've hung out with him. We've had him on the show. Martin's an awesome dude, and they said that Bobby Taylor fight was a title eliminator. So he goes and he beats Bobby Taylor fair and square, puts on a show. Martin Smash Brown is, we've been saying, is the dark horse of the 155 division now for a while. I have a feeling that Palomino is going to end up fighting fucking Chad Mendes. I know that Chad Mendes said, I don't want to go right into a title fight. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I will fight a few people and then give me a title shot. but just timeline lines
If
up.
it's offered and money is right, it's gonna happen.
The timeline
It would suck. It would suck for Trey because he's been working, you know.
Right.
He's been busting his ass to get the wins, you know.
He'll probably get the winner. I mean, they didn't say who he would fight. They just said title shot, right? And they put Palomino in the ring, but you never know.
Yeah, it's just but the timeline. I don't know if the timeline really lines up for Trey to be fighting him in February, which tells me if Palomino's ready, they'll throw him right in there. I mean, I don't know. It's a huge name fight.
Is Trey gonna be ready for? Is he gonna be ready for February?
Not sure.
I don't know.
We asked, and they're just not positive. Hoping they're very, very hopeful. So
they're hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a long time to heal sometimes, especially hand injuries, you know.
Scott says Palomino and Martin are fighting. He says right there. I mean,
well, I hope so. I mean, that's
you know who else was fighting, Scott? Kaleb Harris and Julian Lane. They were fighting too.
They were. Not though.
Well, I really hope they do.
No, now, baby. Getting that damn belt.
Yeah,
I really do.
We cannot wait to see this fight with you. January 29th. Everybody tune in, get the app. I thought I threw your referral code up here. Maybe I didn't. I thought I had it in there, but go on Elvin's Instagram page. He's got the link for his referral code. Get the fucking app, buy the fights.
Yeah.
I can't tell you who else is on the card right now because nobody's allowed to know except for Elvin Brito, and he's not telling us.
I'm not telling nobody.
All right, so let's throw your sponsors up on here. Let's do a speed round with you, and we'll let you get going because you gotta grab a goose under your arm and run up the hill.
You see the goose?
Yeah,
I was just messing around.
That's fucking awesome, man. I was telling Mike, I'm like, man, this guy's always doing something down there. He's always like running up a mountain. He's got a goat over his shoulders. He's got a goose under his arms. He's
living the life, dude. I love it out here, man. It took a lot of work, and there's still a lot of work to be done. You know, it's a road that has to be walked. You know, and it's sacrifices that have to be made. And I'm building myself up for it. So I'm really ready for this fight. I know Kaleb's gonna be ready, so can be ready. He's gonna be facing a champion when he fights 29. So let's do it.
Awesome. Yeah, let's do it. I can't wait. Let's do some questions real quick. Here we go. Yeah. Number one, if you had to move out of Puerto Rico, what would you move to?
I don't know.
You gotta get out. You gotta get out.
You gotta get out. You gotta go.
You're wanted. Most wanted man.
Like going back to go back to Joliet, Illinois. It's like just going back to somewhere I know. It's like my second home.
Okay. Just go to where you know people. That's all.
Yeah, it's not my people, man. I could walk the streets from east to west side. We've done it, you know. We got connections everywhere, you know. Friends in high places, friends in low places.
All right. Number two.
What is your favorite thing to do outside of training?
Outside of training, just
because you're always training. I don't feel like you do anything else but train. That's the only thing I see you do.
Nah, I've been training. I was gonna wait till after the holidays to start training. I was just kind of been sitting back and relaxing.
Yeah.
Just smoking and drinking.
Yeah, I was like, just smoking, hanging out. You know, I figured after the holidays we'll start kicking back in.
Yeah. Number three. Tell us a wild story from your high school years.
I don't know. I'm gonna tell you this shit.
Oh, we do.
All right, I'll tell you one. All right, hopefully it's not too long. All right, so I got a call.
We got all the time in the world.
I always wondered like how it would be like the other guys telling this story because I didn't even know who the guys were. But when I have one of my high school buddies and his brother called me, he's like, "Hey, they're trying to jump my bro. Like when he gets out of work, they're trying to." All these dudes are trying to jump him, right? So it's one of my homies from high school. So we're like, all right, we're gonna go over there. And for some reason, I like brought this ninja sword that I had. I don't know what the fuck I brought the damn ninja sword, right? So we're in the damn ninja sword, right? We're waiting in the parking lot, and my buddy
in a sheath, you sheath that shit, you pull out.
You're up there like Kill Bill with the fucking
check this shit out, bro. I'm trying not to laugh. So my buddy comes out of this work. As soon as he comes out, there's like 8 dudes, just black dudes, just jump him, just come right towards him. And as they're getting close to him, I jump out of the car and I freaking pull the sword out. And you know what?
Yeah, he did it.
Like, yeah, I pull the sword out. It's at night. We're like it's not Walmart. It's like a Publix. It's like a not Publix. It's like a kind of like a Walmart parking lot with the halogen lights, you know. So like I pull the sword out. I'm like, hey, I pull the sword out, and the sword's like sparkling in the fucking air and shit, you know,
blinding people.
Turn around. I was like, hey, the guys, stop, turn around, look at me, and they're like,
this motherfucker's got a sword,
right? And they're like, Elvin, and I had no idea who these guys were, like, right, but they knew who I was for some reason. So they look at me and they're like, Elvin, they're like, oh, holy shit, we don't want no problem with you, bro. And I had no idea who these guys was, but like as soon as they said that, it was like do or die. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, you're gonna have to apologize to my buddy and shit. And like you apologize right now. So I'm like pointing the ninja sword at everybody.
You
on your knees.
Oh, dude.
Right. So they all apologize. We leave. He comes back my buddy called me the next day. He's like, bro, they came back the next day again. And they apologized again. They're like, dude, we're so sorry. Like, we don't
You're talking like a full length, like Leonardo from the Ninja Turtles katana fucking sword.
Yeah,
that you buy from like one of those stores in the mall.
It's one of those ninja swords that's like it's like a katana with the curve cut. It's just a straight edge, armor piercing edge, you know. And dude, I pulled that fucking thing out, and everybody freaked out. They knew who I was. And dude, when they said my name, it was like lightning bolts. I was like, yeah, motherfucker, yeah. Just might as well just double down, you know, like just go all the way, you know. It worked out.
Man,
that was a wild one. That was fun.
Yeah,
I just imagine them telling the story, you know. Like, that was a ninja sword. That shit. You know, that would have been.
The Elvin Brito came out with a samurai sword, and we took him home and beat the fuck out of him.
He jumped out of a Honda Civic with a goddamn katana.
Bro, yeah, like 85 freaking Mirage. He pulled up.
He didn't do shit.
They probably really like embellished the story too. They're like he was like swinging it around,
it was like 10 dudes.
And then like stopped in like a fucking Jet Li pose and was like, "You apologize to him."
Yeah, but it worked out. Thank God, I didn't kill anybody.
Jesus, you could have fucking sliced some people up.
Oh yeah, it could have been bad. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I'm just glad, you know. I don't know how the hell I never went to jail. You know?
That shit is hilarious, man.
I mean,
all my friends went to jail.
Fucking stab anyone? Did you fucking cut anyone's head off or something?
No, I never tried to.
They were like, hell no, we're not. This dude could be in our bushes tomorrow night when I leave my house. Like, fuck that shit.
The ninja, he's a goddamn ninja.
Ninja story.
Perfect story. That's a perfect story. That's what we wanted to look for. Number 4. Go ahead, Mike.
If you didn't become a fighter, what would you be doing for work? Now you said you do some other stuff, but what would you really want to do if you weren't a fighter? If that wasn't like your main goal?
Well, you know, when I was young, I always wanted to be a cook. You know, and I did cook in a restaurant. It was a good restaurant, and I learned a lot of cooking stuff. And I ended up quitting my cooking job to fight full time. You know, so probably would be cooking.
There you go.
You make your own menu. Put your own menu together, start a restaurant.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe Gordon Brito.
Hey, you never know. One day, maybe you open up a restaurant somewhere in Puerto Rico or in the States or something, and you have all your hometown shit, you know?
Yeah. Like Rocky's restaurant in fucking Philly, man. You got all the boxing paraphernalia. You open once you retire after winning a few titles and all your medals and shit, you got a fucking restaurant with all this fucking.
Now, we're talking about opening a restaurant. Like if you ever ate at my house or you ever met my mom and ate at her house, like, you know, we could open up a restaurant, have people pay to eat that. We could, you know, we've actually been thinking about doing something like that, like a deli. So that's actually something we might do in the future.
What's the best thing you cook?
Dude, I cook all types of stuff. I mean, rice and
what's number one?
I mean, it depends what you want.
I mean, what do you cook? And you're like, this.
I like Puerto Rican food. You know, like I have the rice, beans, and chicken, and you know, rice, beans, and fried chicken. And I'll just make like a pollo encebollado or something like that. It usually comes out good, like onion chicken with rice and beans, red beans. It's really good.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
have like a little
So-
salad on the side with some, you know.
My
cheesy corn.
third deployment. So my third deployment. So my third deployment, I spent
Strong.
a lot of time in a truck with, it was me and then Carmelo Gonzalez, Rivera Cruz,
Yeah.
Montez, and Cisco Figueredo.
Whole bunch of Puerto
Four,
Ricans. huh?
four Puerto Ricans and me,
Yep.
right, in this car.
Oh,
So
gosh.
like they were teaching me all kinds of shit, and they were telling me about all kinds of stuff, and like they actually got me a flag to hang in my truck too, so I had a Puerto Rican flag hanging in my truck at all times, even when they were not in. But they were like they were teaching me about mofongo, right? Mofongo.
Mofongo's the shit, yeah.
Yeah, but I must have got some bad mofongo when I went down there.
Oh yeah, you told me that it was bad,
Yeah.
dude. And
But,
and I'm not gonna lie, especially would you be surprised because in that San Juan area, you know, where the tourist area, I've had some really bad dishes there, you know.
So maybe that's what it was. I was in like
I've had-
old San
you know,
Juan, and it was fucking terrible.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you gotta know where you're going, man. You know, you know.
So
Yeah,
RC Rivera Cruz, RC
Fucking
we
rookie.
call her. You know what, RC? And tell me, this can't be is it a Puerto Rican thing? This girl used to eat all the fucking time pork chops with white rice and lettuce. That was her fucking go-to.
White rice and lettuce. Well, yeah, over here they do like ensalada, you know, which is like a little bit of lettuce and tomatoes, you know, with the rice and beans. And she probably don't like beans, so she just does the white rice with but Puerto Ricans eat rice and beans every freaking day, bro. I love it. I'm like, I want rice and beans. I'll be mad because I can't get rice and beans every day.
But it creates chichos and nalgas, right?
Unless you're working it, you know. Unless you're working it, you gotta work it.
All right. Last question here. Here we go. In a boxing match between yourself and Jake Paul, I know Jake Paul's a little bigger than you, but
he's fucking huge, dude.
What's he? He's like 180.
195.
195.
Fuck, it's like Quentin Henry. Oh, he's only like 195. Like, what?
Okay,
but I think he's like 195.
You and Jake, skill for skill, boxing in a boxing match. What would be the outcome?
It'll probably fucking be a decision because ain't nobody knocking me out, dude. You gotta be unless you get fucking lucky and just hit me around the fucking spot.
What did I tell you, Mike?
Yes, you said that
Elvin
exactly.
said I will just work him the whole fight. I said this will be his answer. I'll just work him the whole fight and I'll win by decision because he couldn't fucking beat me technically.
Yeah, no, I'll just keep fucking touching him up. Boom, boom. If it was bare knuckle, he'd be all pieced up by the end of it, you know. But
hey, he's 6'2".
He's 6'2".
He's 6'2".
He's big, dude. He's
76-inch reach.
Well, he weighed 195 against Woodley, though. That's what he weighed in.
I think he weighed
I didn't know he was
190.
that big.
No
I don't know if he weighed that for that fight.
He's huge.
I'm
dude.
looking, but they don't have the weights.
I've seen how
listed
big
here,
he was.
so.
Tyron Woodley looks smaller than him.
Woodley looks.
Oh,
small.
Woodley was way smaller than him. Yeah.
And Tyron Woodley's
sure.
big.
What was your thoughts on that? Are you one of the people that say it's a fix, or like us? We like. There's no way that was fixed. Like, if Woodley wouldn't take a fucking shot like that and get knocked unconscious on a fix. No, I don't think so. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, there's always a wild possibility that it was fixed, but he looked like he just got caught right on the freaking button, standing flat-footed. You know.
Yes. He fought at 185 and a half.
A lot of MMA guys, wrestling guys, and you see it in bare knuckle. It's a deadly mistake. They put their weight on their front leg, you know, so you're just loaded when you get hit, and you just like bang, you know, and you get people get just because it's weight, you know. So he just flat-footed, weight on the front leg, and Jake Paul just you know, and you can see the
hammered,
the sweat like boom exploded off his freaking head. I mean, it looked real. I mean,
it surprised me, and I think it surprised Jake.
You don't take a punch.
I don't know, man. Like this shit looked real to me.
It seemed like it surprised him because after, it surprised me. I was like, oh shit, because it was kind of a boring fight, and I feel like Jake he even kind of admitted at the end, like he hurt his. Did he say he pulled a muscle on his arm or something? And he also said that he just didn't feel right. But it was a very slow fight compared to the first one. But then all of a sudden, when he hit him, I feel like Jake Paul, he didn't just right away like run away. He kind of like stood there and looked at him. took a couple steps and then realized, oh shit, I knocked him the fuck out, and then he jumped on the ropes. Like I feel like he was a bit surprised by it.
Yeah, it was like a shock to everybody. He was like, "Oh shit, that's knocked him out!" Like, but it was a highlight reel knockout. You know, I mean,
yeah.
I'm not saying something like that.
He was 191, by the way.
I'm not saying something like that couldn't be staged, but
nah.
I mean, that looked like a real punch to me. I mean, if I had to pick, was that real or not? I would see why that wasn't real. I watched it a couple times, and I was like, he folded caught like that. Like, the way he got hit, you know, and his hand dropped, and his weight's on his front leg.
Yeah, he did that fall where it looked
6'2", big ass dude, big ass rich white dude. All he does is train. He's rich. He doesn't have to do anything.
Yep,
right. He's got that Disney money.
He folded in half and almost fell on top of his head. Like he did one of those scary, fold in half.
Yeah, he can get hurt really bad like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We saw it this year. We saw it this year in the Kleckler fight. That
but
fall.
That one was weird though, man. When that one happened, when it happened, and I've been fighting for shit, man. You know, like fucking 2 decades almost. You know, and I've never seen anybody land on their head like that.
Yeah.
He dove. He was like, you know,
that was on the same card that you and Kaleb fought on, right?
Yeah, that was on the same card.
Yeah, that's all the same night. Holy shit, man.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened that night. That was very unfortunate, you know.
Yep.
For sure. Yeah. You know, Elvin, you're always a pleasure to have on the show. We could talk to you for hours. Thank you for giving it a second shot with the connection.
I'm glad I tried. You know,
you are the man.
A little bit, and you're gonna see me, man. I've been working a lot on just having you. When I first started doing bare knuckle, I did it just for the money, you know. I thought I was gonna do a one and done thing, you know, and then it wasn't until when I got knocked out by Jim Allers, I was like, dude, you know, I got a lot. I didn't get to fight, so I was like, fuck, I could do the bare knuckle and get paid for it, you know, and I was still wanting to do it and get paid for it, but it's not like that anymore. And we're still right now. I'm fighting to be the champion. So I could build my future. So I could, I have a lot of things riding on this trajectory that I'm building, and I've been building myself up to be able to fight a championship fight. And with Julio Garcia, you know, I try to prove that I'm willing to do anything to win. You know, I'll push around. I've been closing the circle more and more lately. You know. But I'm going in there I'm getting that belt, you know, I'm trying to get that belt. And if you're going to be the champion, you have to have that presence. And I've been working on making sure that my conditioning, my power, everything reflects the level that we're bringing for this fight. So we're going to be ready. You guys are going to get myself, Bandido.
And all your work, like it really is, you are, like you said, you started for the money, but now you're leaving a legacy on the sport. Guys, when this sport is 20 years old, you know, 17 years from now, and they look back at the early days, they're going to talk about you and Lorenzo and Joey Beltran and Arnold Adams. These are like the guys who paved the way for this sport, which is one of the biggest in the world now.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot of work, but I'm fighting because there's still a lot of work to be done, and I want to work more. So I'm ready, man. I'm gonna be over there, and I'm gonna be really nasty. I've been nastier and nastier every fight. You know, I come out there and just do my thing, and I'm just gonna. It's all or nothing. You know, last time me and Kaleb fought, it was all or nothing, and it's the same way again this time around. We're both on different stages, and we're gonna bring it. It's gonna be an awesome fight at home for him, and you know, it's for me back in Mississippi. I love Mississippi. You know, I want to take his crowd. I want them to cheer for me. So I'm going out there and I'm gonna bust my ass. So
it's awesome, man. You guys have both absolutely earned this title shot. Congratulations on getting the title shot, and we look forward to seeing you on January 29th. Unfortunately, Mike and I will not be able to make it this event because we have military obligations that weekend.
Yes, we
do. We always goddamn do. It's like they make our training schedule, and they're like.
Like I was fighting, you guys can't.
Yeah, they're like, no. You know what they do? They're like, pull up the bareknuckle.tv real quick.
Yeah.
Let me see what their event.
Impossible. We don't know about the events till like 2 weeks before.
I know.
Right.
I'm
Just
just
kidding.
joking.
We know
Yeah,
about the events, just not the
It
fights.
It just doesn't. It always just lines up that way, man. It's crazy.
I'm glad I got my fight announced. I knew I was fighting. They had me on the video. You know, on the last event, they had a little clip of me. I'm like, oh yeah, that's confirmation right there. And
Scott Farley could not fucking hold that back. He wanted that shit out there quick, but he kept putting little hints out.
Yeah. You know, and when that poster changed, you know, I didn't flinch, bro. I'm
ready to go.
Yeah.
Always ready.
I could tell he
ready.
was souped up. He was putting shit out there. I could tell he was souped. Something was gonna happen.
Yeah,
I
he's
could just
trying to
feel
work
it.
it. I'm gonna let Scott work his thing because you know it makes sense. It makes sense. You know.
Where was Scott during the BKFC Tampa event? Was he ringside in Julian Lane's ear? Like, I bet you won't throw these cards at him.
Right.
I bet you won't go over there and call Mike Perry platinum pussy right to his face.
Yeah.
Dude, I heard he had a mouthpiece and everything, dude. Like he was ready.
What?
I heard he put the mouthpiece. All right. I'm not talking shit. I'm not saying it. That's what I heard. I heard that he was like,
God.
Check this out. Like, floop.
He had a cup too.
No way.
That's when you like turn around and run. You're like, man, fuck that.
Everyone's sitting in the crowd, and Julian's got a thing of Vaseline, and he's like, Vaseline.
Like, no, I'm out of here.
What are you doing, Julian? What are you doing? No, I'm in the middle of something right now.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about it.
Dan Hurtley is actually out there.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. All right, man. Well,
what a manager, Scott.
Yeah,
wow. I can't believe you did that. That's great.
Yeah,
that is management 101, motherfuckers.
My boy. Yes, that's my boy. Yeah, man. Yep.
Yeah. Well, you know what, man? We got your sponsors at the bottom there. You can go ahead and say some final words. I'll let you get up out of here.
No, just thanks you guys. I know it's been a freaking long ass show. It's 11:30 over here now.
I love it.
It's good. Yeah, it's good talking to you guys, man. And I can't wait to do this fight. I've been, like I said, I'm just training. We still haven't peaked, and I'm going out there to give the best performance of, that I can give, something new. I'm not trying to do the same thing that I did last time, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
There we go. Well, we always appreciate your conversations. We dressed really nice for you tonight.
Yeah, you guys are sharp. I got my Mala shirt, baby.
Yeah, Mike's got his Argyle Patriots sweater on there. Thank you so much for coming on. Thanks for giving us so much of your time tonight. And
I appreciate you guys, man. Yeah, you guys, it's all good, man. I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you after the fight. We're gonna get those belts. When I get those belts, what's up? Yeah, we gotta do a special report.
Don't slam the belt on the ramp, okay?
No, hell no. I'm not Lorenzo, man. Lorenzo, he's doing his thing. That's his thing. That's his trajectory, and that's what he does. And Lorenzo, he's a very dedicated. Lorenzo's not stupid. He's not ignorant. Okay, he's very dedicated, very calculating in what he's doing. And and I told him, I'm like, hey, Lorenzo, like I talked to Coach, and we're not for this kind of behavior, but you're doing a great job. We like what you're doing. Just keep doing this fucking head.
That's great.
Because it was working, So, but that's Lorenzo. I'm not Lorenzo. I'm not any of this. I'm not. I'm Elvin. That's I have my own style, my own approach, and I'm a professional. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna do my work, and I'm gonna come home. My kids use my fight balls.
Well, enjoy the holidays. Enjoy the holidays. Enjoy the new year, and then get right into the training there with Lorenzo and the Beltrans, and fucking go get yourself a belt.
Yeah, I'm just gonna rest for the next couple till the end of the year, and then we'll start over.
There you go. All right, buddy.
Hey, buddy, I'll see you guys.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Take it easy.
Right.
Let's go.